Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for our third and final match of the night, Week 8. We are nearing the end of our regular season and gearing up for the postseason. As we come back tonight for our third match, we're rounding things off in the Nemesis League, where we have the Kiwis going up against the Wisps. Both of these teams are 13-1. These are the two powerhouses down in the Novice League. We've got quite the matchup in the pipeline for you, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to bring that action straight to you. And I am joined by Dr. Waffles in the booth tonight. How you doing, my man?
Oh, man, I'm so good. Coming off that last win, it was absolutely nerve-wracking, and my heart's still beating, and I think I now have a cholesterol problem, but we're good.
Yes, sir. Congratulations on that. That was a very hefty win, and I know that Flurry roster can be pretty tough to go up against, so good job there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, tonight's an exciting one. I didn't realize until I looked at the stat sheet and realized that Kiwi and Wisp are both 13-1. Now, they're in different... They're both in the East, but they're in different sections. So this isn't really kind of both of them have a good chance at playoffs here. One of them, whoever wins tonight, will clinch playoffs no matter what. Whoever comes out the loser tonight still has a chance to clinch playoffs if the correct team loses tonight. So I'm excited.
I believe it's the Spitfires. If the Spitfires lose tonight, and I hope I'm hitting that one right. I know it's the Spitfires, but I can't remember if they need to win or lose. I think if they lose, then the losing team here will also clinch a playoff seed. So, I mean, possibly some big implications, possibly not. I think the biggest thing on the line here tonight, Dr. Waffles, is that the Wisp and the Kiwis are about to tell the rest of the Nemesis League which team sits on top. So let me hear it from you before we get these guys on the pitch, because we are running a little bit behind, but who do you got taking home the dub?
Let's see here. Now, I know Dre was traded from Kiwis earlier in the season over to Wisps. Okay, he's got a vendetta here, I bet you. And I know Dre's a pretty strong player. I see him in some of the stat sheets. And so I'm going to go with Wisps here. And I'm going to go with Dre getting some payback.
All right, will the Wisp be able to do it? Or will the Kiwis clinch this? Vigil, PHN, and Music on the Kiwis roster. Music, the team lead, and just an all-around nice fella leading up the Kiwis here, though. I gotta say, Vigil is probably the player to watch from the Kiwis, Dr. Waffles. He has gained a lot of momentum in this league. Ooh. Vigil, as I say it, with a huge save and another save on the goal line to keep that away from the Wisps. And already, I gotta say, Dr. Waffles, the Wisps seem to be putting the Kiwis on their toes. Vigil with the shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen shot after shot already. Everyone coming out swinging hard. Some good attempts, some good solo attempts coming out. Let's see if they can. But the defense is held up. Let's see if someone can break here.
Yes, it certainly has. About 60 seconds gone now from the clock as Dre is up. Can't find the touch he's looking for. Sage looking for the demo, but Vigil's going to get over him. Vita to take it right off of him. And Music, he's got a little bit of space in the midfield. Pops it up over Dre, and he's there for the second touch. Music starting this game off right, getting Kiwis the first net.
Absolutely. Music coming in from midfield, getting full control, popping it up over Dre, and all he has to do is just make it look fancy from there.
I got to say, that is not what I was expecting, as it seems, even though if we look at the scoreboard, shots are in favor of the Kiwis, it does still feel like the Wisp were controlling most of the momentum there, but that did not matter, as now Kiwis hold the lead, and they will be dictating the pace of this. They only need to maintain it for another 3 minutes and 30 seconds to get the first dub. And I've got some doggies in the background. I apologize. I'm sure most of y'all are used to them by now. I got somebody coming in the house, so they should. Yeah, we're good to go. Now we're good to go. Dr. Waffles, I gotta say, not a lot has transpired in this last minute since the first goal from the Kiwis.
No, yeah, that first minute into the game, people just they were coming out several shots in a row, and now I'm only seeing 5 shots total in the game. So for the last couple minutes, that midfield battle's been real here. No one's really been able to get a shot on goal. Kiwi does have the shot deficit there. They are on top with that. We'll see if they can keep it up. But yeah, defense is holding still here.
Yeah, certainly not by much. Certainly not by much. Only Kiwis only having one shot over the Wisp at this point. It's been a pretty low offensive game so far. PHN with the second touch to get it around Dre, gets the butt shot in.
PHN with a nice read, awkward little touch, throws Dre off, and he can't quite get the control off the backboard there to get it away.
Good play from the Kiwis there to cushion their lead, now 2-0 as we enter the second half of game number 1. This is a best of 5 series in case you are new to the Nemesis Gaming League. So the first team to 3 game wins gets the match W.
Oh my.
Both of these teams vying for the number 1 spot in the Novice League. Dre off the ceiling, gonna 50 with music. Sageburner with the banger off the backboard. This could be the Wisp opportunity, but PHN with a huge demo on Sageburner and nobody else there to play the ball. As Dre pops it up, he's got one to beat. It goes under music as Dre gets the fake on the defender.
I was just about to say, Wisps they're just not having the bodies there, the cars there to finish. But I guess it doesn't really matter if music just goes right over the ball. They don't need to be there.
Yeah, he definitely thought Dre was getting that touch there, so he put a little bit of respect on Dre's name, but Dre just did not go for the touch. He went for the fake instead, and it worked out. However, Wisps still trailing by 1 with 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock. They still got a little bit of work to do if they want to take this W away from the Kiwis as Sageburner tries to put it into his own corner. And Music's going to 50 with them. PHN with a huge shot, getting it over the defender in net.
PHN coming in with 3 shots now with 2 goals. Nice read off the corner there, and he was just faster than everyone. No one could read that.
Yes, he certainly was. And now the Kiwis once again have a 2-point lead. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock this time. Wisps still need to make up 2 just to send this thing into overtime. As Dre's going to get a shot on net. It's weak, though, as Vigil is going to send it away. Music in the mid. Can't get the touch pass Vita. PHN keeping the pressure in favor of the Kiwis. As the ball rolls down the side. Dre over 1. Vita's there, but he can't find the touch. And they had an empty net to shoot at. Sage's touch is going to go high off the backboard. Dre in the midfield trying to look for the follow, but he can't find it as PHN is going to clear this thing away. And our final 60 seconds now winding down Dr. Waffle's Wisps, still trailing by 2. We're going to need to see some big plays from them if they want to stay alive.
It's been such a close game, but what I'm seeing... Oh, no! What I'm seeing is another goal scored by Dre. We've got Dre and PHN, just an absolute shootout between each other, and he comes out of nowhere. Music and PHN were both awkward. They couldn't get to that, and Dre just shoves that away.
Yeah, I don't think Music was anticipating that second, or maybe it was the third touch that came off of Vita there. I'm not even sure Vita was expecting to get the touch, but it worked out for him. It put Music in a completely bad spot, and that is going to turn into a conversion for the Wisps. 30 seconds left now on the clock, and Wisp trying to turn this thing up as Vita sends it out to the mid. Sageburner can't get a good shot, though he did put it on the net. Vigil easily sends it away. Music out of the corner for the Kiwis. Gets the pop over 1 in the midfield. Vita trying to take his time off the backboard. And it almost was dangerous, but Sage with the pinch to clear that ball away. The final seconds as Wisp have to find the back of the net. This could be it. Vigil sends it down, and that's going to touch. Kiwis are going to take game number 1.
What a good first game. Everyone coming out swinging. We've got 3-2 win to the Kiwis. And you know what I'm seeing here are 7 shots from Wisps and only 4 saves from Kiwis, all coming from Vigil, by the way. Absolute defensive demon. yeah, that was such a close game. The scores are close. The shots were pretty close. I think Wisps just need to send that extra body. They every time they scored, it was just pelting the goal, pelting the backboard, and they just need to build that pressure until Kiwis defense breaks. They've got a decent defense, but it'll break at some point.
Oh yeah, it has to, especially when I'm not saying that the Kiwis are just relying on Vigil to play defense, but when you have just one guy that's making up a majority of the defense, eventually that one guy's going to break. He definitely needs two other players helping him out in a 3v3 scenario. So we'll have to see here if the Wisps can carry the momentum they were getting at the end of game number one. No. PHN was back in time to make the save there. Vita with a shot that goes wide as Vigil is going to take it up the wall. He's sticking with it, but it's going to get sent away by Dre as the ball is hit by Sageburner on net, but Music with the save. Vigil to clear it out before he's yeeted away from the ball, and Sageburner past Music out to Vigil, though, who had the shot, had to 50 with the defender. Did not work out for the Kiwis. Vita going to take control, looking for a flip reset, gets it past Music with another fake right there. And Vigil past Dre. Sageburner, he's up. Music's there with the shot. It's going to bounce off of the post. And Wisp able to get it out. Vita gets it past one, but can't get it past Vigil in the midfield. PHN putting it out towards the mid. Dre's there, sends it away. And Vigil trying to keep it in the midfield gets immediately demoed with a little over 60 seconds now gone from the clock. We got... I'm going to say a little bit of a different game. Music trying to find the back of the net again, but it seems like we've got a little bit of a different game here than game number one. Dr. Waffles, as both of these teams seems to have turned the aggression up quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like the first minute of that first game. Everyone is coming out swinging. They're feeling fresh. Wisps kind of need one here. That second game after going down is pretty important. Kiwis can breathe a little bit. You lose game two after you win game one. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, Wisps definitely got to turn the Jets on. They have so far, but Kiwis just keep shutting them down.
Yeah, they've been doing good, but the Kiwis all around, every single Kiwi member getting a save so far. They have just been doing very, very good work on the defensive line. And will they be able to turn it into an offensive conversion, though? That's really what they need to take the lead here, and then they can control the pace as Wisps trying to take this shot, but the shot by Sageburner is going to go wide. Vigil gets it past one, leaves the ball for Boost, so he can't get a real good touch out of the corner, but he's going to stick with it. Him and Music trying to force it through. And Dre taking a little bit of time here in the midfield. PHN with a huge dunk. Can't get the dunk on Vita. Vita sends it away. Music still sticking with it, keeping the pressure up for the Kiwis as we enter the second half of game number two. Kiwis are up by one in the series, but we have a tied 0-0 scoreline right here. And Dr. Waffles, neither of these teams are willing to give up this first goal so far.
This has been an absolute defensive showing from... Okay, never mind. That's what I get for saying anything. All right. Let's see. Oh, Dre just beats Vigil. Vigil can't get a touch there, and Vita just puts it away. I wasn't even really... I was looking at the scoreboard at the time. But yeah, it looked like Vigil just couldn't get a good touch there. One mistake coming out from Kiwis, and Wisps convert there.
And that's what it's going to come down to, I think. But PHN with the clap back immediately off of the kickoff. He finds that pass from Vigil and ties us up yet again.
And the first mistake from Wisps, Kiwis score from it. Oh my goodness, this is some good Rocket League right here. This is close. This is good.
Yeah, this is pretty close so far. Exactly what we would expect from the two 13-1 teams down in the Novice League. These guys have been killing it all season long, and they're showing us why they are dominating the Novice League right now. As Vigil's up, he gets the block on Dre. Dre trying to get it out of the Wisp defensive zone. PHN still sticking with it. He 50s with two of the Wisp defenders, but the Wisps were able to get it out of their defensive zone. Vigil putting it off the wall and going back immediately as he knew he set them up for a shot. Vita taking the shot, and Vigil getting the save. Dre putting one on the backboard.
Goodness.
That was dangerous. Sageburner with the shot, but Music to get in front of it, and the Kiwis hold out on the defensive line as we near the final 60 seconds of game number 2 here. We might be looking at an overtime, Dr. Waffles. These two teams are unrelenting.
This is crazy. The amount of shots coming out from Wisps right now is just ridiculous. But at the same time, the amount of saves coming out from Kiwis, they just turtle up. They don't really mind being on defense. They just sit there nice and happy, and they're ready to counterattack at any time.
Yeah, from the looks of it, I'd say Wisps really need to start utilizing some more pass plays here, because this Kiwis team, you can just take pot shots at their net all day and they're going to be able to get back to it. They have to do like that. Oh my goodness, PHN with a huge save on the goal line, saving the Kiwis from losing this game in the final 30 seconds. But this could still be it. This is dangerous. Sageburner sends it to the side, but he puts it back in front of the net. Vigil with a huge stop in front of the net. PHN trying to get to it. Dre sends it away. The Wisps looking for the touch right here. Dre pops it up in front, but Vigil's there looking to just put this one down and send it into overtime. Sageburner with the shot that is deflected. Vita as well, not able to get it through as we move into overtime. This is high octane.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I can't believe how many shots are coming out. And how many saves we're getting? There's what is that? 7 saves from Kiwis right now. Yeah, PHN with a savior medal. This is insane.
Yeah, Kiwis are goated with the sauce on defense. Vita putting out to the mid. Sageburner there, but his shot is weak, and Music takes it away and picks up his own savior medal for this game. And Music trying to take control. PHN in the mid. Vigil going to drop back and stay third as Vigil comes out of the corner, gets a demo, and PHN going crazy with the demos, but Sageburner going to get a little revenge for his team and find a demo of his own. Sageburner not able to get it through the defense. Vita's there. He gets a touch, but I don't think he gets the flip. No. And PHN to take it away from him. Dre with the shot off the backboard. Music is up. He finds the touch. Beats out Sageburner for that. And Music sending it towards the net. Vita is with it. Vigil to block him, but he can't get the ball in. 60 seconds now, or more than 60 seconds. We're over a minute into the overtime of this game, Dr. Waffles. And it's hard to say who is controlling the pace at this point.
It's the time, I guess. I don't know. No one. It's crazy. One of them gets possession, and they'll keep possession, and then a counterattack happens. A lot of midfield battle. They seem significantly evenly matched here. I really can't tell. I couldn't tell you.
Both of these teams are on their P's and Q's when it comes to, you can tell that they're just communicating so well. Oh, as I say that, the double commit from Wisp come out. This could be something as Vigil takes possession. He gets the flick in front of the net, but Dre makes it back in time to make the defensive play on the ball. And Music with the back pass to Vigil, who's able to get it out before he gets demoed. But Vita is beating out the defender. Sageburner with the shot. Music gonna make the save. Music with his 4th save of the game so far as PHN is back, but he is able to get it past Vita, who was looking for the dunk. Vigil trying to get that redirect, but it doesn't work. And PHN gonna 50 against the defense, but the defense keeps it out. And PHN turns on this ball off of the corner, gets a weak touch, but he gets a second one, gets it past 2 of the defenders, but Vigil was faked out by the touch as well, so he wasn't able to try and make a play. Music not able to get a touch to send it down. 2 minutes and 40 seconds now on this overtime clock. And this is just game 2, ladies and gentlemen. These beast rosters are just going at it right now. I mean, it does not get better than this for the Novice League with Vigil. Comes in to take it away. He scores the overtime game and secures the win in game number 2 for the Kiwis.
So looks like my prediction may have been wrong. But you know what? No, for real though, these games are insane. They're so close. I'm seeing so many saves, so many shots. The ball is all over the field. There's hardly any time to stand around to think about what you're doing. These guys are on the ball. and they are making plays. They're making saves. This is insane. This is probably the most entertaining Novice game I've ever seen.
No, and I mean, I'm not even going to lie. This is probably as entertaining as the Novice League can get. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's funny to see, teams get swept and they do all the memeing and everything like that. But, I mean, when it comes to Novice League, this back and forth in the mid, this level of defense is just, it's not something that you get to see every day. I'm a novice. I would know. So
Absolutely.
I'm super happy that we're getting to witness this right now, Dr. Waffles.
Absolutely. It is a rare sight to come across in the Novice League to have some good plays like this and everything. And Wisps are definitely going to have to pull out some big plays here if they want to come back, because they're down 0-2 in the series. They're going to have to pull out the reverse sweeps here today. But it's not looking too promising in my opinion, Psycho.
I definitely agree with that. It's not looking good for him. However, I would say if there's one team in the Novice League that had the potential to reverse sweep this Kiwis roster, it would be none other than the Wisps.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've just been killing it. But hey, the Kiwis obviously got their number right now. And they're not even, it's not even like they're dominating them. Dre with the shot, music, getting back in time. But nobody else from Kiwis able to clear that ball out. Sage Burner starting things off for the Wisp.
What a read from music, jumping up as fast as he could to get the shot from Dre off onto the backboard, but the rest of the Kiwis just couldn't get it away for him. Good attempt from music, good effort, but just couldn't quite finish that save off.
And the Wisps taking, I want to say, the first lead of the series with the first 60 seconds gone from game number 3.
You might be right.
I feel like I am. I got a terrible memory, but I feel like this is the first time that they've taken the lead. I feel like they've been playing behind this entire series, but no more. Ooh. Dre trying to get the double touch, but he can't sink it. Is Vigil gonna take his time running down the sideline? He is 50s, and PHN's there. He takes a shot, but it's gonna bounce off of the top post and out. That is unfortunate for the Kiwis. They needed that equalizing goal. Sage Burner got a little bit of time, but he can't keep control of the ball, trying to get it through Vigil, and he is going to push it through. Sage Burner woke up this morning and hit the gym.
Where was Vigil's help? Oh, PHN was back from their attack, and music got demoed, and man. Dre? Who was that? Dre? Sage, sorry. Sage. He ate his Wheaties this morning, that's for sure.
He ate his Wheaties. Sage woke up and said, I am him today. And he pushed that ball through. Now, Wisps sitting with a 2-point lead, 3 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. This is game number 3, and this is a do-or-die moment for this Wisp roster. They have to reverse sweep as Kiwis are sitting at match point for this best-of-5 series. So Wisps have to win this game and then the following 2 games without dropping a single one of them to take home the W. Dre with a huge shot, but once again, it's going to hit the top crossbar. That bar and those posts have been doing a number on Dre so far in this series, Waffles.
Absolutely. Wisps have 4 times the amount of shots that Kiwis have. And the fact that they haven't converted on...
It is.
Why do I keep saying things like that? Dre is nuts, apparently. Off the wall. Good touch onto the backboard. And you're not saving that. You're not saving that. Especially not in this league. That was a beautiful shot from Dre to put Wisps up 3-0. And they have a good chance here to take it into game 4 as long as they don't throw. It's looking promising. Maybe they'll have a good some good momentum going into game 4 and we can get it to a game 5.
Maybe. It was definitely a good thing to see from Dre finally waking up here in this series, showing us why he's said to be one of the top novice players this league, and I've believed it. I've played him a couple of times and seen him play multiple times, and the dude has very, very good pop-off potential. And it seems to be working for him now. Dre with another shot, but Vigil going to get it away. Dre sticking with it and showing us that persistence is going to beat out every day of the week.
I think Wisps now have 6 times the amount of shots that Kiwi has.
Holy.
I don't know what's going on here, but Dre and Sageburner are both popping off with 5 and 3 shots, respectively, both with 2 goals. Kiwis just can't handle them right now. And see, now the problem I have with a game like this is that typically when a team that's down 0-2 comes back in game 3 and absolutely pops off, that's typically when in game 4 they lose all their momentum. By the end of game 3, they come alive for a minute, but then they kind of fall right back to sleep, is what it tends to be, as a nice shot from Music just pops right over and into the top left corner. So Kiwis will get one, but they've got a long road to go here if they want to shut them down and get the sweep.
That's true, but a minute 30 seconds. I was gonna say anything's possible, but apparently Sageburner had other ideas. How is he so strong? He's hacking.
He's either hacking or he got a personal trainer lately, I guess.
I mean, Mans plays football, but football season's over, I'm pretty sure, or just ended or something like that. Maybe that's what it is. He got that pre-workout still going. Vigil, though, Vigil's not done. Vigil getting the second one for the Kiwis here with 1:24 left. Hey, it's possible. Not probable, but still possible.
Kiwis are waking up, but considering they're already ahead 2 games, it's kind of bad news for Wisps here. If Kiwis start waking up at the end of game 3 here, even if they don't win, they're kind of, if they're scoring more in the last half of the game, they kind of got the momentum going into game 4. But maybe that's just me being pessimistic. We'll see.
Oh, no, I agree with that. Like, allow them to start waking up, or excuse me, they start to wake up, and then it turns into one of those situations like you were talking about where, the team that is just dominating right now just, isn't there for game 4. So we'll have to see. Still got 50 seconds left here. Vita with a banger of a shot, but PHN there to make the save. As PHN is going to take it past one in the midfield, but he can't get it through. Vita with a good save right there, keeping a strong Music with a shot, but the Wisps staying strong on defense and keeping a very nice 3-point lead. The final 30 seconds here ticking down as Music is going to clear out the offender there from the Wisp. Vigil going to get dunked on by Sage. Sage almost finding yet another muscle-bound goal right there. And Sageburner pops it up, and he's going to go for a demo instead of going up. That is pretty common for him, I got to say. Sageburner, not known for his aerial plays, but definitely known for taking heavy shots and demoing the defense. And that pretty much is all she wrote for this game. Wisps coming back alive in game number 3 and starting what they need to get on the road to the reverse sweep.
Absolutely. Wisps has been leading in shots this whole series, but up until this game 3, they have not been converting. Kiwis defense is still absolutely crazy this game, to be fair. To be fair, they have almost as many saves as they have shots. I think they actually only have 5 shots that aren't saves, which are the 5 that the Wisps scored. So Kiwis are still alive on defense, but Wisps were just able to throw the extra cars or get the clutch plays required to put those 5 goals away.
Yeah, now, 17 shots. That is insane from the Wisps, my dude.
That's absolutely
who shoots crazy. 17 times in a game?
Who saves 12 times in a game?
True.
It's absolutely insane. Now my only concern for the Wisps here is that 2 or 3 of their goals were 50s right in front of the goal line, which you never know if they're going to go your way, or Dre's insane double tap, right? So the question here is if Wisps can clutch up and keep making those big plays, if Sage can get big and puff up his chest, and if Dre can make the fancy plays, then they have a good chance here because they're still getting all the shots. But it really depends on if they can clutch up against Kiwis' defense.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's what it's really going to come down to. Do they allow Sageburner to 50 in front of their net? If they do, that's not good for them. Do they allow Dre to have space in the air? If they do, we might be looking at a reverse sweep here if they allow those 2 things to happen. But if they're able to shut down Dre in the air and they're able to avoid the demos from Sage and not allow him to get good 50s in front of their goal, I mean, shoot, Kiwis could very well still pull this thing out. And Kiwis, if you are tuning in, this is game number 4 here in the Forbidden Temple, and the Kiwis are up 2-1 in the series. They only have to win one more game to take home this W and claim the crown of the better team out of these two teams for the regular season. And it's maybe not all over, but Vigil starting things off. Took about a minute to get things rolling, but Vigil is going to take the lead for the Kiwis, and that is not boding well for the Wisps based on the track record, Waffles.
No, Dre had the mistouch over there in the corner, and all Vigil had to do was get a nice shot upper left corner, to be fair. But that's definitely not how you want to start out here as the Wisps. You've got your back against the wall here. You got to show up.
Yeah, and you know that the Kiwis are going to play strong on the defensive line. All they have to really do now is just wind down the time, keep playing the way that they've been playing, and this is a dub for them. It's been really hard so far for the Wisps to get through, and I'm sure that the Kiwis are not going to let up on their ability to defend in game number 4 here. But we'll have to see. PHN missing his touch in the corner, still able to stick with the ball. As we see Sageburner coming through and getting his muscles in there, and Vita with the touch, but can't get it into the net. So close as that ball bounces off of the top crossbar, and that has been just one of the biggest downsides for the Wisp game tonight, is that they continuously hit the bars, continuously hit the posts. But I think we would have a much different game here, Waffles, if the Wisps were just a little bit more accurate. Dre looking for the double, but he can't get it.
What a bump. Oh my goodness, what a bump. That was insane. All 3 of the Wisps coming through here, working together to get that goal. Took everything they had, but Dre with the bump. Vita pops it up and Sage finishes it off.
You love to see it. The 3-man play coming out from the Wisps to equalize us as we move into the second half of game number 4. Anything still possible here at Forbidden Temple from this Wisp roster or the Kiwis. Will the Kiwis take it home and finalize it, or can the Wisps force a game number 5? Music taking advantage of the mistouch from Vita off the backboard and reading that ball like an open book.
Again, the Wisps with just mistouches on defense, somewhere where it's dangerous, and Kiwis are just there ready for it. They've always got that extra man just challenging and waiting patiently for a mistouch from Wisps. And the only goals I've seen this game are from mistakes just like that. Backflips, mistouches off the backboard. Wisps got to clean it up right now if they want a chance at this.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Sageburner not stopping far post there. He drifted a little bit into the net, which left him out of position. And Vigil was able to just get that little bounce shot straight over him. And now, just like that, with half of the game gone, the Kiwis once again have a 2-point lead. And if we're following the track record of the series so far, this is starting to look very bad for the Wisps, as they have not been able to come back from a leading Kiwis. We'll have to see if they can do it here, as PHN trying to get it through the defense. Dre with a huge pinch to get that put out to the mid, and Dre is still sticking with this ball. He's trying to put it in. Vita with an awkward touch, trying to get it around the defender. Sageburner might have a shot here. He gets the shot, but Vigil getting in front of it. Dre out of the corner. Vigil's there, going to beat out Sageburner. Vita back in time to make the stop from the counterattack from the Kiwis. With a minute 30 left here. Vita with a flip reset.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to help him out. And a huge play from this Novice team.
Oh, that was insane. Since when do Novice flip reset? I swear, this rank reset this season is just screwing everyone over. Vita with an absolute insane pass over to Sage. And Sage still puffing his chest there heavy, pushes it right in.
And just to be fair here, Waffles, I know, we're the Novice, but it's this isn't the first season that Novice has had some people that can flip reset. But as you can see, Vita did get that flip reset, but he wasn't able to really do too much with it afterwards. That's a calling card. It's like, I'm sure Vita is within within a couple months, he's probably going to be hitting those flip resets like a madman. But right now, even the people in Novice that can get the flip reset off, it's just not one of those pretty situations. It's just like, oh, cool, that went.
Oh, don't feel too bad about it. That's pretty much prospect as well. There's not a whole lot of resetting working at this rank, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll get there eventually. You and I together, Psycho.
Oh, let's go. Help me out, because your boy ain't got no mechanics. But we are down to the final 30 seconds here. Kiwis are still leading, and this is looking like a win for them if the Wisps are not able to find the back of the net, and they need to find it quick, as Kiwis are sitting at match point. Oh, no. PHN going to send that one away, and this is not looking good for the Wisps. They're able to reset and get probably one more good drive on the ball, unless the Kiwis are able to shut them down. Dre sending it all the way down. The Hail Mary coming out. All three of the Wisps at the same location. Not going to work out for them, as the ball is going to touch down. Kiwis are going to take the W here and pull ahead with the record as they move to a 14-1 record, sending the Wisps home with a 13-2 record. Congratulations to the Kiwis, able to pull out that fat W.
Absolutely. That was such a good game, going back and forth the whole time. Kiwis had pretty good control for the most part. Wisps showed up, had some clutch plays here and there. But Kiwis defense is just absolutely ridiculous. Even the game where Wisps had, 17 shots? The Kiwis had 12 saves. I mean, they didn't win that game, but 12 saves from 17 shots, that is insane. And Wisps just weren't able to clutch up enough to push through that Kiwis defense, mixed with Wisps having a few mistouches in that game number 4 that really got them good.
Yeah, that was quite an unfortunate situation for the Wisp there, but the Kiwis able to pull out a W, looking really, really hot, to be honest with you, looking like they're going to have a fantastic playoff run, and that did clinch them a playoff spot. I'm so bad with this stuff, so you have to excuse me. I don't know if they clinched the first seed or if they clinched a different seed. However, they did clinch a playoff spot with that win. And like we said earlier, the Wisp might have even clinched a playoff spot. I haven't been able to look at the reporting, but if the Spitfires drop their game tonight, then I believe that sets the Wisps into a playoff spot as well. But that wraps up our night, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you coming out and joining us for these 3 banger matches. Had a fantastic night here tonight in the Nemesis Gaming League. Dr. Waffles, I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth. It is a pleasure.
Oh, thank you, Psycho. I love you too. Thanks for having me.
Most definitely. And I want to give a quick shout out, because I'm not sure if they did shout out, but we got the resubscribe from from Chunklight YouTube. Big shout out to him for the 1-tier subscribe. He's at 6 months. And also shout out to him again for the Challenger Premium sub. DJ, shout out for the Challenger Premium sub. The Titans premium subs, Sodak, Speed, Crip, and Valent. Shout out to you guys. And I'm going to shout out the Novice subs too. Loosh, Jeff Masters, Sub-Zero, Hardpoint, Sandsbar. We could not be doing this without all of y'all's support, so I appreciate everything. That's going to wrap us up for the night, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back next week for week 9 with 3 more bangers on Monday night, 8 p.m. EST. You know where to find us. Have a great night.